Happy Friday, everyone! Welcome to Live Weekend Nutrition Habit. I'm Brian BeCraft, registered dietitian, and we welcome you to our 8th episode this week. This week, we're going to be talking about anti-inflammatory foods and how they can help you improve your health, fight pain, and prevent disease. And we're going to be doing 2 recipes. I'm going to be doing Buddha bowl, which is a mix of all sorts of different types of fruits and vegetables. And then I'm going to be doing Detox Smoothie. So as we're all trying to keep our immune system up during the COVID crisis and stay safe and healthy and well at home, hopefully this will inspire you to make your own Buddha bowls and your own anti-inflammatory smoothies with fruits and vegetables that you like. And I want to take a minute to welcome our new viewers and encourage you to visit our YouTube channel, My Nutrition Habit, and please subscribe to our channel. This program is made possible by viewers like you, and we greatly appreciate your support. You can also like our Facebook page, and coming next week we will also be on the YouTube platform live, so we're very excited about that. My producer Coco has done a great job at getting us a 3-camera setup now, so everything's a little more stable and you'll get some different angles for the show. And as I'm doing these recipes, I'm going to talk a little bit about all of the health benefits of all the foods I'm making. And that's kind of the thrust of our show. As opposed to just a cooking show, this is providing you some helpful nutrition information to help you understand why you're eating the foods that you're eating. So with that, we're going to start with the Buddha bowl. And with the Buddha bowl, I have some cauliflower, I have some roasted beets, I have avocados, I have some blueberries, I have walnuts, I have some turmeric, which I'm going to talk about in a bit, and nutritional yeast, which is a very interesting ingredient, and a little olive oil and salt and pepper as well. First thing you're going to do, we're going to talk about the cauliflower. So your doctor may have mentioned to you, they mention it to a lot of people that I see, to not eat white foods. Well, that's not really the best advice, because 2 of my favorite foods, cauliflower and potatoes, are white foods, and they're packed with nutrients, both of them. What makes cauliflower an anti-inflammatory food is a substance called anthoxanthin. And when we talk about anti-inflammatory foods, what we mean is that there are compounds in those foods that, combined with free radicals that would otherwise damage your cells, lead to disease. They lead to inflammation that can cause you pain. A lot of the joint pain, arthritis, back pain that you may be experiencing is caused by inflammation. And it can be acute inflammation when it's hurting, but it's also chronic inflammation. And these help fight and reduce pain. And it is the reason I became a dietitian. I was struggling with back pain for years and years, and when I moved to a vegan diet and ate a lot of these foods, it made all the difference in the world. So I'm going to take this cauliflower and I'm going to put it in a bowl here, and then I'm going to toss some olive oil in here to get it coated. And then I'm going to take some turmeric, and the turmeric is a root. It's what is used to make mustard, along with mustard seeds, and it gives it that yellow flavor. Turmeric is very powerful. It's great for your gut. It's great for your brain health. This has been shown to fight certain myelomas. It is a very powerful antioxidant and a great pain reliever. And it's been used for centuries in Asia. And it gives everything a nice coated color. So I'm just going to toss this together. While you're watching this evening, feel free to add your questions, your comments on Facebook Live, and Coco will read them out to me. I welcome your feedback and your input. You can also feel free to email me directly on my website. You can email me at brian@mynutritionhabit.com. Okay, so we've got that nice and coated.
Well, we start with Jeff Gonzalez. Say, hey, Brian.
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
And Vicky Watson Kensley is there too.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Okay, so got my cauliflower in here. I'm going to bake this in a 425 oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. And when that comes out, we have this. You can add anything that you want on it as well. I put some pepper on here. I put some of the nutritional yeast. The nutritional yeast is terrific for a lot of things. It's high in B vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, and especially B12. And if you're a vegan, that's one of the main vitamins that you're likely deficient in, because B12 mostly comes from animal meats in our diet. This is a great way to get B12 in you. It has a lot of it, almost a full day supply. If you eat it on a couple of things, you can put it on vegetables. You can mix it in. You can mix it on. If you are eating meat, you can also mix it in with hamburgers and things like that. It has a. What would you say, Coco? It's a
very versatile veggie. I mean,
yeah,
it's like a rice. You can use.
It tastes like powdered cheese almost. It's very cheesy flavor. Yeah, and it gives it some great color and all that.
So how long there was in the oven?
That was in, I would put it for 20 minutes and see how it's doing. If you needed to roast it a little longer, you could do it for 30. And then I've roasted some beets. If that seems like an onerous task to you, you can do it kind of the shortcut way, which I did this evening. That is to take a dish. You can just you scrub the beets on the outside, cut the stems off, and you can stick them in a microwave safe dish and just cover them with about 3 layers of wet paper towels and just throw it in the microwave for about 12 minutes and they're done. And then you just peel off the skin and then dice them up. And the beets are also packed with nutrition. They are high in a compound called betalins, which are also cancer fighting. They're very high in folate. Folate is used to build all of your cells, so it's great for cell regrowth and keeping you looking young and fit. And they have a nice sweet taste to it, which will give it the more savory aspects of the dish a little balance. So we're going to use those as well. So I'm going to take. I have some kale. Of course, kale, you've probably seen it's been the darling of restaurants and the food industry for a while. And kale is very rich in vitamin A and vitamin C.
But not crunchy.
There's 3 different types, really.
Yeah.
There's the curly kind you're probably used to seeing. There is baby kale, which is a lot less bitter, and we're going to use that in the second recipe. This is a kale called Dino Kale, and it's called Dino Kale because it has these little bumps on them that's sort of like a stegosaurus or something like that. And these are much harder leaves, if you can see, and this will benefit.
How you know how good or nutrition can be, because it can be a baby kale because it's
they're all going to have about the same amount roughly. They're all going to be high in vitamin A, C, and K, as well as tons of other micronutrients. Like any greens, they are essential to providing you a lot of the base nutrients that you need. And so what I'm going to do, because this is kind of a little on the tougher side, you wouldn't want to just eat it raw like this, it'd be quite chewy. I'm gonna throw it in.
You like a blanching, like a pre-cooked.
Right, we're just gonna soften it a little bit.
Yeah, but for that only need a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna grate some garlic on here. And then
Just remember the people that coming soon will be in multi-platforms at the same time.
yeah, we're gonna be on YouTube Live next week as well. So if you're not on Facebook, and you can tell your friends if they're not on Facebook, please remind them to join us on YouTube Live on my channel, My Nutrition Habit. We're just gonna get this nice and wet.
So we only put olive oil.
Yep, just a little olive oil. You can use any oil you want. You can use avocado, you can use coconut. You want to give it a little different flavor. I used olive oil here. The oil really doesn't matter. And I'm not going to cook it for very long, just since you see it starts to wilt a little bit. Don't let it get too far gone. This is about done.
Yeah, and it's important too that you don't overcook, because when they start to
Absolutely, then it gets soggy.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And the texture gets ruined, and
Yeah.
so that's why I'm going through this process. I didn't want to pre-do it because it turns fast. You can see it's starting to already wilt a little bit. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm going to take it off. So, with that, we're going to build the base of our bowl with the kale. That's nice and pretty. And then we're going to take our cauliflower. We're going to take our cauliflower, layer that on top. And then we're going to take our beets. Look at the color on this. Green, it's orange, it's purple. That's what you want to achieve in a vegetable dish, a multi-layered vegetable dish. You're getting different vitamins, you're getting lots of different antioxidants. All the antioxidants, by the way, have different functions. So the more you can include, the healthier you're going to be. And then I'm going to take these avocados. Coco so nicely cut for me.
Oh yeah.
Kind. I'm just going to sort of slice those in like that.
Just a treat for the people. Let them know that you can put a little bit of lime in the avocado so they don't turn brown.
Right. If you want to pre-cut them a little early, you know, I coated this in a little bit of lemon juice, so it didn't brown. The acid in the lemon
They don't oxidize.
will help it from not oxidizing. Correct. Avocados are probably my favorite fruit, along with oranges.
Some people are allergic to avocado. I know that. I know
Some people are allergic
couple.
to the strangest things. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had all sorts of allergies come before me. You know, you don't have to use. If you don't like any of these vegetables, you can use anything else. You could use broccoli. You can use any other root vegetable instead of beets, if you don't like beets. I tend to like my beets cold. I don't like hot beets. Okay, now we're going to get to the other fruits. So you can mix your fruits and vegetables. This is 2 cups of frozen little tiny baby blueberries. Of course, the blueberries are high in vitamin C. They're very low in sugar, and they give it just enough sweetness. On top. And then I'm going to add about a third of a cup of chopped walnuts. Of course, the walnuts add healthy fat. They add monounsaturated fat. And not too many calories because you're not using too many. And there you have a very nice Buddha bowl, which can be served out for dinner. And this feeds about 4 people. It comes out to less than 400 calories a serving, which is really remarkable considering I've got avocado in there and walnuts, which are really high in healthy fats. This is pretty keto friendly if you're on the keto diet because it is high in fat, low in carbohydrate, and pretty low in protein. If you wanted to add protein, you could certainly do that, on the side or even in the bowl, if that's what you wanted to do. Or you could add something like tofu or something like that.
We have a couple comments about the people that watch right now. It's Mike Priori say Charlie would like to know if he can leak the pan.
If he can what?
If he can leak the pan, yeah.
Yes.
He can. And Jim Bedinger said the beets and turmeric are going to stain your hands. Well, everything that gets fun stain your hands.
Yeah, I like to play in the dirt, so I'm okay with that. The turmeric was probably worse than the beets, but
yeah.
But anyway, so that's that. And now we're going to go on to the smoothie.
Yeah.
This is kind of our go-to thing when we do.
Alfred Bove asking, could that be made ahead? What that means?
I would say the Buddha bowl, I would say you'd want to make it ready to eat. And here's why. That kale is going to get a little soggy after a while. The flavor and the texture is probably going to be, I don't think it would keep much more than overnight before the flavors and the textures. It really doesn't take long to make. If you wanted to pre-bake it, what you could do is you could pre-cook the beets, and you can chill the beets in the refrigerator. They'll keep for a couple of days in the refrigerator. But you'd want to roast that cauliflower probably day of, and the other ingredients really didn't take much time to put together at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'd want to do the kale definitely at that time.
So what is the next recipe?
Next recipe, detox. And I'm kind of the opinion that like a detox diet is a little misleading. Your body will detox itself. That's what you have a liver and kidneys for. And as long as they're in good working function, they do an amazing job of eliminating all those toxins. That being said, you can certainly help it along with the food that you're eating, as opposed to eating a lot of food with processed chemicals and preservatives. These have compounds in it that will help you feel better, your digestive tract will work better, and they're great for brain health. So what I have, this is the baby kale that I was talking about, and this has a much less bitter texture. The key to making a good smoothie is to not have a ton of sugar in it. So when you go to places like Jamba Juice, well, I'm not putting them down, but other places where you get these smoothies, they're likely filled with lots and lots of sugar, and they tend to be very high calorie. So the key to this, to making it a low calorie smoothie and a low sugar smoothie, is to use vegetables. And before you might think, well, that's a little green and a little yucky, bear with me. You'd be surprised at how it tastes. you don't end up tasting the greens as much as you think you would. That's going to be helped along a little bit. So I put some baby kale, I put some baby spinach in there. I have a cup of almond milk that I'm going to pour in here. I have some green apple that I'm going to put in here. I have a little, some chopped celery, some ground ginger, which will give it some spice.
I love ginger.
And ginger is key to, it'll soothe nausea, it'll soothe your digestive system. I have my friends, the Chia Seeds. I love Chia Seeds. Remember the Chia Pet from the 70s that you spread the seeds on and it grows? That's what these are. They are really high in protein, and what happens when they get wet is they gel up. So it's going to give it more of a creamy texture, and this is also, when it passes through your digestive system, it sort of cleans you out along the way. So this is great for a high fiber diet. Love throwing these in here. And then finally, if you remember, maybe if you were with us for one of the first few shows, we talked about Manuka Honey, which is a honey from New Zealand and from very specific trees. It is an antibacterial honey. This will heal wounds on your skin if you apply it, and it tastes wonderful, and it does just as much on the inside of you as it does on the outside. So I'm gonna put that in there. We're gonna let her rip in the Ninja. Blend it just enough so that all the greens get pretty well done. I should have made that. Put it a little bit longer. There you go.
Oh, I like color.
And the taste.
Alfred say, and ginger is antibacterial too.
It is as well.
It is.
So that ginger really gives this a kick. It has a bit of a spicy flavor. It has a little bit of sweetness. This has under 200 calories, so this is perfectly acceptable for part of your breakfast or part of your lunch, or really any time, because it is very low in carbohydrates, and this will clean you out. So we didn't do wine for this segment because we had the green smoothie. I wanted to remind all of you that you can send your recipes to us. You can send them on our Facebook page. You can also send them to brian@mynutritionhabit.com. And I would like to welcome you to check out my website. I've added some new things. All of our episodes are on the website, as well as my weekly nutrition blog. And this week I wrote a blog with a little more detail about anti-inflammatory spices and how they can help you treat certain conditions. And you can certainly ask me any specific questions that you have about.
We have a question here. It's like, what are the benefits of the hemp seeds?
Of hemp seeds,
Yeah.
good question. Hemp seeds are not unlike chia seeds. They come from the hemp plant. They don't contain any THC or anything like that from marijuana, but they they have a different texture. It adds like a nutty, crunchy texture to foods. I once had a patient who came in and gave me this concoction that he drinks. It had chia seeds and all these other things and hemp seeds. And it was actually delicious. So I would encourage you to try those out and see how you like them. They're also very rich in protein. So if you are vegan or vegetarian, they can be a great source of protein as well. So, are you gonna try this, Coco?
Yeah. And I can show the camera. Right? I don't want the people to see my face. Well, just remember the people too that the nutritional hints are online every
week.
Every week. What's the name? Wednesday? Every Wednesday?
Every Tuesday.
Every Thursday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. I'll put those out.
So you can find it there in the website, in the blog.
Nice colorful bowl.
And remember too that you can send them your recipes. You need some advice or personal advice. I mean, you can have all the information about that.
Yes, I'm available for nutrition counseling. That information is on my website as well. All right, Coco.
Okay, I will there.
Thank you for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you next week. Please tell your friends about our program and encourage them to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check us out there next week. Everyone stay safe and well, and I wish you a very good week.